Hey everybody, this is Hadrian. Thanks for watching. Let's play some more Total War Attila in our Eternal Empire series. I didn't mention in my previous recordings, but I've got some big news for those of you who have been following the series so far. You might have already noticed if you've been reading the descriptions or if you've just been following me on Twitter or you're familiar with this. I have released my Building Effects mod, which is the primary mod I'm using in this series, on the workshop. It's completely available. You can download it now. All of the details as far as compatibility are in there. So either follow the link in the description or you can go to the Steam Workshop and just search for Hadrian's Building Effects and you'll find it. So I'm going to go ahead and repair Duane here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and take Petakaran. Perfect. Again, I'm just trying to remove as much territory from the Armenians as I can before they get here. Because if they don't have territory to back up, basically to fund their armies, they will have a lot more trouble defending themselves and fighting in battle. The Armenians are not a particularly strong faction to begin with. Oh yeah, we need to take care of this, don't we? Let's go ahead and delete those swordsmen and replace them with a legionary cohort. And actually, I need to do some more of that with this army here in Dirhakium, because that is not an advanced army. This general has leveled up, so we'll give him some additional skills. Specifically, he needed more zeal there. So our income is back up above 13,000 now as a result of our most recent conquests, which is good news. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I'm going to upgrade Nicomedia to be a level 3 town. That's one of our safest towns. So it's just good to have that taken care of. Now let's end the turn and see what happens. Oh, do you see what just happened? Rome just got burned to the ground. Wow. I don't think that's ever actually happened to me in, holy crap, Rome was just burned to the ground. So we will get to rebuild Rome as the Eastern Roman Empire, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, that means we're never actually going to march on Rome. But with Rome having been burned down, God, that's never happened before. That's crazy. Oh, crap. They're actually attacking. That's not good. Well, we're going to fight this battle and see how we do against this. I was not expecting them to attack so quickly. I thought I'd have one turn where they kept the siege going. I guess they brought in additional units. They don't really have... Their reinforcing armies are not that strong, though. So if I'm careful here with how I defend, I think I've got a pretty good chance. I think the main issue is that the section of walls that I knocked down are probably still down. So we'll see how this goes. Well, this might have been a blunder on my part. I didn't realize that they would attack after one turn. I thought they would try to siege for a couple of turns, and it would give me a moment to let my armies in other areas heal up and then move them down. That was my thinking. Okay, where are they coming from? They're coming from this direction. Yep, all those walls have still been knocked down. All right, unfortunately, yeah, we do have a because the settlement's burning. We have a morale penalty. This is going to be a tough fight, but we're going to fight it. Let's see. We need to have spearmen here. We're going to have them in stationary testudo formation. We're going to have these units here. Same thing. We'll have them in... Actually, I'll take them out of testudo formation, because I need them to be able to charge forward at a moment's notice. And then I want to go ahead and have my onagers, rather. Well, I guess I can have them here, can't I? I'm trying to get the best possible position. Now, if I have onagers in the center of town, they will be able to fire on units as they approach here. But that's not good enough range, in my opinion. I would rather have them here. The only issue there is I worry about these guys hitting that building. I don't think that'll work very well. So maybe if I put the onagers here? Or maybe if I don't think in terms of having them all in one spot, but instead put them in different spots. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I also can build barricades, so we're going to do that. We're going to have a barricade, and a barricade. We also have the option of building mounted artillery. So we're going to have an onager there. So hopefully we can do as much damage as possible with our artillery. Alright, so we have this artillery unit there. We'll have another behind. This is actually, I'm pretty happy with this setup. All things considered. It's not great that we're getting attacked in this way. That kind of caught me off guard, which is embarrassing. My mistake. But, I mean, it could be a lot worse. And we're also going to have our archers behind here. It's a little close. We're not going to have them skirmish, but I just need them to be keeping an eye on whatever happens here. Now, it'll be interesting if they actually use these ladders. They have no reason to use ladders. They can just come through the walls. So that the smart move on the AI's part would be to drop the ladders and come straight towards me. If they were to try and come around me, then that could cause problems. So I need to do as much as I can to destroy those units in advance. Let's start the battle and see what moves they make initially. Actually, you know what? First thing I need to do... Alright, none of them are quite in artillery range yet. You can see the artillery range pretty much is like right here. So let's unpause. Okay, good. They dropped the ladders. It's exactly what I wanted them to do. Where are their reinforcements coming from? Okay, good. Alright, so we want to have flaming ammunition turned on. Looks like our artillery are preparing to fire. There they go.
The enemy has been spotted.
If we could kill their general, that could be a good thing. What are you doing sitting still? You're going to let my artillery tear you up if you sit still. You need to not do that. Alright, the general is actually charging in, which could be really, really good. Yeah, I'm going to have my artillery fire on some of these units. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, their general is charging in. Very, very, very stupid decision. And I just remembered I haven't actually done anything with my cavalry.
The enemy is at the walls.
So let's go ahead and make a selection group with them. And have them gather over here. Good! So they charged their general in against my spearmen. Just a stupid, stupid decision. They're now charging their cavalry in against my fortified wall of spearmen. Looks like they did get some units in. They're trying to capture the gates. They are getting through the gates. What is happening? They don't control the gates. How are they moving through the gates? You want to explain this to me, game? Because it's not making any sense. Right, we need to get all those swordsmen over here fighting these units.
Nothing remains of that tower now.
Alright, so they now have taken control of the gates and the gate towers, which apparently we had just repaired. I'm going to go ahead and have my cavalry charge in here. We need them. These spearmen are trying to take care of the towers, basically. So that's their play. Our cavalry are coming. Not fast enough. I wish I had remembered. Alright, we need to go ahead and I'm breaking my wall here, unfortunately, in order to get these spearmen into the battle. But this battle is not ending fast enough. I need these units to resolve this battle so that they can join this battle over here. Alright, I'm going to have my artillery stop what they're doing. Alright, good. My cavalry are arriving. This is good. Alright, now it's time to centralize my units over here, get everyone involved in this fight. There's a huge melee happening. I'll get closer to it once I have given the appropriate orders. They have a number of artillery units outside town, so I'm actually gonna leave town and mow down their artillery with my cavalry. Including my general. Because my ground units are doing okay. We just need to make sure they're protected from artillery barrage. That's the reason that the... Alright, yeah, these artillery are firing on me. See if we can kill some of these cavalry. The general is hanging out. Good. All of you, move it. Loose formation. Get out there. We have pretty much won this, but I just need to get my units out and trying to fend off these jerks. I'm going to give each of my units an attack order here. Go kill. Go, go, go. Go kill. Loose formation. These cavalry are kicking ass back here on their own, so I'm going to use the majority of my cavalry to charge in and take care of their artillery. Excellent. This battle is ours. We have just made mincemeat of the first Sassanid attack. Counterattack, rather. Looks like they do have some additional units over there, but they don't stand much of a chance. So they do have some more units. They actually have some more artillery over there too. They have units on all sides of our city. This is kind of crazy. We actually haven't lost too many of our own. So what we can do is kind of regather, you know, kind of recoup our strength rather, and just go pay a visit to these guys. It will take some running around with my cavalry, but it's totally doable. So my cavalry are after these Persian mounted bowmen there. Now, let's go ahead and regroup my units. We're going to get them out of loose formation. And then we'll have the archers behind here. So we'll have these in a cohesive fighting stance again. Meanwhile, these guys are almost dead. So the battle is saying that there's still 320 men on the field, but those 320 men are in weakened units that don't really stand much of a chance against us. Mostly cavalry units. Looks like Persian nobles. So they are coming around to fight us. So we do have some fighting to do here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my cavalry back here. Screw it. If they're coming to fight us, then we will be ready for them. Let's speed up time. Yeah, they're coming around the edge of the fight here. The battle is actually in our favor now. Just waiting for all of my units to get in position here. They're almost ready. Oh, hey. What are you doing? Alright, well, our cavalry's going to have to chase them off. That's unfortunate. Or not. Or we could engage them and possibly lose because we're outnumbered. Come on, guys, get in there. Alright, so those units look like they're actually going to try and get inside the city. But we've got our army in formation now, so we're going to charge forward and pay them a visit.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, with the death of that unit, the game is finally realizing that we stand a pretty good chance. But now the AI is being smart, and they're going to go ahead and bring these horsemen in. Alright, we're going to fire on them with our artillery while they're in such a concentrated spot. Well, that was useless. Yeah, they're still trying to take the city, oddly enough. Alright, so we're going to get in position and try and finish off some of these guys. Meanwhile, our cavalry are finally ready to come back and defend, so we're going to bring them over here. Those horsemen will be in archery range very soon. Those are heavy shot cavalry. And they are coming to pay us a visit. When those die, those are 39 cataphracts, basically. When those die, we should do a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and do heavy shot here. Yeah, about 10 of them just dropped. When those die, the battle will swing in our favor pretty heavily because those are powerful units. Alright, they've just charged in against our spearmen, which was a very bad decision. We're going to charge our cavalry in to take care of these guys. Alright, good. They are running. There is an enemy cavalry unit actually in town, but none of these units actually really stand a chance against me. So I'm not quite sure why they're not running, considering how badly the rest of the army has lost. But we can take care of the rest of it with our cavalry, most likely. Let's go ahead and march our main units back into town. Alright, so these Persian nobles. This is actually... Okay, this guy looks like he's a general. That might explain why they're still in the battle. If this is a second general, then he's about to die. Let's see if we can actually kill him. Yazdegerd, Persian noble. Awesome. Alright, so the victory just swung in our favor even more just now. Let's pay a visit to these mercenary Severian cavalry. And we'll speed up time. Alright, they are running from me, which is probably a good decision. They're actually mowing down my cavalry pretty well. Come on, guys. Catch up to them. Catch up and engage. Perfect. Alright, good. They're dying. I think this is one of their last units on the field that has any measure of strength to him whatsoever. Yep. There goes the rest of the battle. They are turning and fleeing.
Victory!
We're going to finish these guys off first. These guys are going to get mowed down. There's 47 of them right now, but there's about to be less than 47. Alright. That's that. Heroic victory against the Sassanids. That was their first attempted counterattack. We killed 1,342 men. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. But hopefully, I actually kind of have my fingers crossed that those were their largest stacks. If those were their largest stacks, then things are about to get a lot easier. Alright. Alright, so get them to run off. Alright, let's see what else the Sassanids do. Nothing. Okay, that's a good sign. That means they really don't have much more in the area. That's what I wanted to see. The Armenians continue to head our direction. So, alright, looks like they are attacking Paytakaran with a pretty meager force. The Armenians are not that strong. So, we're going to win pretty much anything they throw at this advanced army we have in their territory. And we're going to finish those troops off pretty quick, actually. We'll do that in the next turn. This new territory we have is really going to help bring in some additional income, which will help when the Huns do turn their attention on us. I cannot believe Rome was burned to the ground. That's absolutely crazy. Alright. Alright, we're back up to 14,000 gold every turn, which is phenomenal. I'm going to promote Eutropius to Commander-in-Chief. We're also going to look at some other promotions here, because I have a feeling... Oh, don't have access to him yet. Our son is still 12, not quite ready to be... not quite ready to be put in charge of anything just yet, but I think we're ready to go ahead and take Dimity, aren't we? Yes, we are. Alright, I'm going to auto-resolve this fight. We have taken control of Dimity. It looks like they ran away, which is unfortunate. So that was just their king. Well, that's annoying. I wasn't expecting them to survive. But, all right, let's take a look around real quick before I end this episode. Need to level up this general.
My sword is yours. Ready for...
Ah, this spy has leveled up. Very nice. Spy can now assassinate.
Commander.
Alright, we need to repair Ctesiphon now that we finally have the ability to do so. That'll help with public order. Speaking of repairs...
We hunger for battle.
Alright, we've done all the repairing we need to in this area. We have a small rebellion that's just taken shape. So we're going to finish them off. Bye-bye. Alright. Rebellion is no longer an issue.
At your command.
We're also going to finish off this Armenian army that attacked us. Bye-bye. Just trying to minimize their power. And this general has just had multiple victories, so we're going to give him some points. We're going to give his army some additional power, against additional morale against Eastern empires. And on that note, I will go ahead and cut this episode here. Is the Western Roman Empire still standing? They literally control just the very bottom of the boot. Let's have a quick look at their situation. Yeah. Their capital and only... actually, they own Rhegium still. Their capital is in Tarentum. Rome has been burned to the ground. Someone else may rebuild it before we get to it. That's a pretty big city. But we will be not just retaking, but rebuilding Rome when we arrive. Which, you know, we're never going to march on Rome as the Eastern Roman Empire. That's not going to happen. It's kind of sad
Ready for orders.
for the series. But at the same time, things are going very, very well. And I'm enjoying it entirely too much. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload new episodes in Eternal Empire every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next episode.